YouTube channel. It'll be my merch. All right. Yeah, that'll be it'll be like a picture of me on the front like this. That's remind me to take it down. All right. We want to pull out the negative, right? That's what we talked about at the very beginning here. We want to pull out the negative. Now, what does that do? That just changes everybody's sign on the inside. Okay? That's all that does. So that means that's going to be a 6x squared minus 5x minus 4. Now, there is no other GCF, right? We talked about that at the very beginning. There's no number that you can divide them all evenly, but you can pull out a negative 1. So we're past the GCF step. Now, is this an easy type or hard type? Hard type. Okay, so now I'd say 6 times negative 4 is a negative 24. What are the factors that work with negative 24? Negative 8, positive 3. Negative 8, positive 3. So once I've confirmed the fact that, yes, this does factor even more, I'm going to arrow down this negative 1 and say, okay, this is a 6x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 4. We break that middle piece up into those two. And now we factor by grouping. Pull out a 2x, leaving us a 3x minus 4. Pull out. Now, what do you pull out if there is no common factor? A 1. Right? Whenever you're factoring by grouping, you've got to pull out a 1 if there's no common factor. Because now I see that, yeah, I've got the same thing inside my parentheses. That's one of the two factors. The other two, or the other set is everything left over. Could I have rearranged the order? Yeah, that would have been fine. I would have said negative 1, 2x plus 1, 3x minus 4. But what you can't do is rearrange the stuff on the inside. Like you can't say 3x plus 1, 2x minus 4. That's not allowed. All right, and now let's take a look here. I've got 8x squared y, 4xy, and negative 60y. What's my GCF? 4y. 4y. So when I divide out of 4y, the whole thing, 4y, 4y, that'll give me a 2x squared plus x minus 15. All right, now I keep going down my flow chart. I've done my GCF. It's another 3-term hard type. I've got to be honest. I said this H period yesterday. The hardest types, in my opinion, take this path. GCF hard type. In my opinion, that's the most difficult piece. Some of you may think, no, I really don't recognize the different squares. Those are the hardest for me. Okay, but in my opinion, it goes GCF and hard type. Those have been the hardest. And that's why I'm giving you 2 problems of these. 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. What are the factors of negative 30 that indicates a positive 1? Baker?
Positive 6 and negative 5.
Good. Positive 6, negative 5. Don't say negative 6, positive 5. I want negative 5, positive 6. I want to get to a positive 1, not a negative 1. Now, once I know that this will factor, I'm going to arrow down this 4y, bring it down, and this becomes a 2x squared minus 5x plus 6x minus 15, and I can factor by grouping. I pull out an x, leaving a 2x minus 5. I pull out a 3, leaving a 2x minus 5. So my answer is 2x minus 5, x plus 3. How do we do on that one? In my opinion, those are 2 of the more difficult problems that you can see on your test tomorrow. Okay? All right. Here's what we're going to do. Because I would like to write all the answers out for anybody that's following along at home, I am going to copy down only the final answer up onto the board there. You guys have all the work that's going to need to be shown. That's great. So you're going to hold your boards up, but I am just going to copy the correct final answer up on the board so the people playing along at home can see what the answer should be. Sounds good? Also, that means that if you need to, go back and rewatch this video tonight to catch some of the answers if you need to. Sound good? Okay, who had number 1? Taylor had number 1, right? Taylor, what'd you get for number 1? You got a 6x and a 2x minus 5. I agree with that. Keep holding that up there. 6x, 2x minus 5 for my final answer for number 1. Good. All we need to do is pull out the 6x. That's my GCF. It's got 2 terms and it's a difference, but they're not perfect squares. So we're done. Good. Thank you, Taylor. Number 2, Mr. Schrobeck. Good. Now, I had him keep that negative 50 up there because once you factor out this 2y to the third, it's very tempting to try to keep factoring. Got a 5y squared plus 18y minus 10. And you might be saying, well, this might be another hard type factoring. Well, you multiply 5 times negative 10 to get negative 50, but there are no factors of negative 50 that as you get to positive, that's an 8. Positive 18, so therefore, we stop. It's an 8 on top there. Thank you, Mr. Charlotte. Number 3, Berkeley. We got m minus 5, 7m, 7 minus 5m. Good. I have had so many questions on this problem. Guys, this should be one of the easier ones where it's just kind of like leading you in the direction of factoring by grouping. It's already set up for you. The GCFs are already pulled out. All you need to do is just say, oh, this is one of my factors. And then the stuff left over is the other one, 7 minus 5m. Some people on the quiz that we had a while back put that negative 5m plus 7 inside the parentheses because they're thinking standard form, which is great, but you don't need to do that. I'm good if you don't do that. All right, number 4. Who had number 4? Ben. What did you say? I've got 2x squared plus 3, x plus 4. Those should both be plus signs. There's no negatives in the original problem, so nothing should have ever turned negative. Okay? Everything should have been plus. This should be a 2x squared plus 3 and an x plus 4. Yeah? You see that? Okay. But that's my final answer. 2x squared plus 3 and then an x plus 4. My GCF in the first 2 would have been a 2x. My GCF in the last 2 would have been a 3. That's why you see the 2x squared plus 3. Nabay, you got number 5? Factoring by grouping there. Show the class there. I've got 5x minus 3, 2x squared minus 5. That's a good answer. Keep holding that up. I'm going to write the answer up here. 2x squared minus 5, 5x minus 3. That's my answer. Good. Thank you. I pull out the 2x from the first set of groupings. Sorry, 2x squared. And now I have to pull out a negative 5 because of this negative right in there. That negative means I pull out the negative 5, leaving us with a 5x minus 3 the whole time. Questions on, let's pause for a moment. Any questions 1 through 5? Anything we want to go back through? No? Okay, who had 6? I like your answer for 23. Optimus Prime. Next. Number 6, x squared plus 19x plus 48. He sees that that's an easy type. 16 and 3 make 19, but also make 48. Very good. X plus 3, x plus 16. Good. Who had 7? Who had 7? Is that a name? Another easy type problem. Hold that up to everybody else. You got the right answer? Just flip it around for me. I got n plus 4. Oh, you said plus 4? It's minus. N minus 4 and minus 8. Is that what you had? Or did you say plus? You said plus. Those should be minus signs. They should both be negative because you're looking to get a negative 12, not a positive 12. Does that make sense? Okay, who had number 8? Serenity over there. Good. Now, take a look, everybody. She did this by factoring by hard type. Did she need to do hard type? No, because there's no number out front. However, did she get the problem correct? Yes. I have had a lot of people do the hard type method, even for the easy type problems. Do you still get your answer correct? You should. The process still works. You don't need to do all that work because look at your factors of negative 90 and then look at your final answer. It's the same numbers, right? So b minus 10, b plus 9. b minus 10, b plus 9. Okay. Does that make sense, Serenity? Yeah. How do we distinguish between easy type and hard type? David? The number out front. Good. Who had 9? Good. Another See, another easy type. You didn't need to do the hard type factor. S plus, let's say 9. S plus 9, S minus 2. Good, that's what I have here. S plus 9, S minus 2. Not a lot of work to show for those either, if you do the easy type. Right? You just find the factors of your last that add to get to the middle. Done. Okay, well that ends all the easy type problems. Now we're down to hard type problems. Number 10. Now also, I forgot to say this, but should you be correcting as you go? Yes, everybody should be writing down all correct answers as we go, correcting your work. You had number 9?
What? I had number 9 too.
Did anybody have number 10? Oh. That's okay, I'll do number 10. That's all right, I'll show it up here. 3 times 15 is 45. You know, I should check for a GCF, but is there any GCF there? No. So factors of 49 that add to get to 14, that's 9 times 5, or 5 times 9. So 3x squared plus 5x plus 9x plus 15, and I factor by grouping, I pull out an x, leaving a 3x plus 5. I pull out a 3, leaving a 3x plus 5. So my final answer here for this one should be 3x plus 5, x plus 3. Who had 11? David. You had 5x minus 3. Okay, write it out as a final answer like this. You see the 2 pieces in the parentheses as a 5x minus 3? That should be one part of your answer. The other one should be the x plus 1. Okay? Everybody show that to everybody though. A lot of people are making that mistake. A lot of people are leaving it like one step from the end. You've got to put it as your answer as 5x minus 3, x plus 1. Okay? Make sure we're making that last step. Because is all the work correct? Yes. Yeah, you don't want to do all that difficult work correct and then just not get it at the end. Yeah. All right, let's pause. We're halfway through. Any questions? Yes. Sure. Yeah. Let me just show the work here. Just do this. We've got 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Factors of negative 15 now gets a positive 2. Negative 3 times positive 5. Does that make sense so far? Okay. So we get a 5x squared minus 3x plus 5x minus 3. Now, the weird part about this one is that the only GCF here is an x. And there's no GCF here, so we write a plus 1. Because again, the goal was to try to get the parentheses the same, so I don't want to change it at all. Just pull out a 1. So I've got a 5x minus 3, x plus 1. Does that make sense? Now, if you've been doing your homework all along, think about how many factoring problems you've done in this chapter. It's got to be like up in the hundreds. There's like 20 for homework. If you've done it. We're just reflecting on how many factoring problems we're testing doing this month.
Oh, okay.
How many factoring problems, if we've done all the homework, have we done up to this point?
Oh my gosh.
It's got to be like 100.
Easily. Aren't they fun?
Not really.
I have to say, when I taught algebra, factoring was the most fun.
Aren't they
When I taught, that
aren't they
was the
easy
most
type?
fun I had.
Aren't they easy type fun?
No. Math is fun.
Do you teach trial and error? You do grouping. See, I love talking about grouping.
I know.
And that's not how I learned it.
Oh,
And then
yeah?
I learned
guess
it.
and check?
I did guess and check.
Oh, what do I feel like about guess and check?
Terrible.
I feel terrible about it too. I used to hate it too. But
You know who does guess and check?
Yeah. Because I always help the kids. I'm like,
Oh, you do that.
that.
I like that.
I love factor by grouping.
Thanks, Ms. Wolf. All right. Any other questions through 11 so far? Okay. Jump back up to 12. Who had 12? I have 2x minus 5 squared. Good. 2x, keep that work up there. That is 2x minus 5 times 2x minus 5. Notice that she wrote it as 2x minus 5 squared. Totally fine. That's completely fine.
I gotta go.
You got a blue pass?
Yeah.
Can I see it real quick? I should. If I'm being a good teacher, I should check that. And since I'm being recorded, I guess I should. Yeah. Do you ever hear the paper? Thank you. All right, any questions on 12? Thank you, Hannah. Any questions on 12? Okay, 13, let me see, I got 2x minus 5, 3x minus 4. Turn that around, make sure everybody sees that. That is a correct answer there. 2x minus 5, 3x minus 4. We're doing well. Yes?
I have a question for everyone.
Okay, go for it.
Since there's 2 5x minus 3, will we have to put into the second power?
Like for this one?
Yeah.
No, because the rule is when you're factoring by grouping, that if this happens, that's just one of your solutions.
Okay.
That is technically the GCF between those two parts. Yeah. Who had 14? We've got 4x plus 1, x minus 2. Happy birthday, that's correct. 4x, hold that up to everybody, don't set it down. 4x plus 1, x minus 2. That is correct. All the work is correct. The factors should have been a -8 and a +1 when you factor that down. All right, number 15. Will. Smallest
Too tiny.
writing in
Yeah, you did.
the world. You know what? I'd like to go over 15. His answer's correct. I would like to go over 15 just because, well, it's like the one we did in the warm-up, which I know some people struggled on. -2x squared plus 17x minus 30. So, and he did this correctly. You factor out the -1, which gets me a 2x squared minus 17x plus 30. Notice how each of the signs change when I factor out the -1. And now I factor by rewrite. 2 times 30 is 60. Factors of 60 that I had to get to -17. What would they be? What did you use, Will?
-20 answer because I was accounting for the -1.
Wait a sec. Oh no. Oh no. It's not 20 and 3. Oh no.
What question is
15. It's not 23.
it?
Because -20, +3 would multiply to get you what? -60, not +60. You know what it is? -5 and -12. Oh, Will, I trusted you. Good thing I'm redoing it. That's right. That's the spirit. So 2x squared minus 5x minus 12x plus 30. Now we factor by grouping here. We pull out the x, leaving a 2x minus 5. We pull out a -6, leaving a 2x minus 5. So we get a 2x minus 5 and an x minus 6. That should be problem, what is that, 15? Oh, yeah. Whoops.
When you take the negative out, why didn't you use -2?
And 17 divided by 2. If that was like an 18, like an 18 or like 20, something that could be divided by 2, you do that.
Oh.
16. Who had 16? I think I saw it on the right side of Will's board. I think this is correct. You write C minus 5, C plus 5. That is correct. C minus 5, C plus 5. Not a lot of work to show for that one. I'm going to rewrite the answer here for number 15 as well. So I got a key. -1, 2x minus 5, x minus 6. And this is a C minus 5, C plus 5. Good. Yeah. 16? Okay, so this is the one where you check, is there a GCF? No. Is C squared a perfect square? Is 25 a perfect square? Is that a minus? So it's minus plus. Does that make sense? All right, 17. Who had 17? Travis. Oh, Travis.
T-money?
Travis. What did Now, keep holding that up. What did Travis forget to do?
No, I got GCF.
GCF. There's actually two things Travis forgot to do. It's very tempting to just go straight to a difference of squares. This was the original problem. It's very tempting to just try to go to a difference of squares because it's all perfect squares and it's a minus. What should I have done first? Good. Put it into standard form. Put it into standard form. We should have said this right off the bat. Negative 49x to the 6th plus 4x to the 4th. Now we check for GCF. Travis, what's my GCF? There's something else? Negative x to the 4th. Right, since it leads with a negative, we remove the negative, and that becomes now positive 49x squared minus 4. Now we take a different. Mr. Spaulding,
Oh, I'm sorry.
did you need something? We're just getting all the visits today. Mrs. Wolf came and visited, and now Mr. Spaulding.
I really wanted to say hi to Garrow. I had a note on one of my smart boards that said, "Thank you, Joey Garrow, for fixing one of my graphs." You do not. I was like scrolling through. I was like, "Oh, there's a note down here," and it popped up, and I was like,
Hey, today's Hayden Tripp's birthday. You know Hayden Tripp?
"Oh yeah, exactly.
Hey, today's his birthday.
Happy birthday!"
He's 16
I
today.
got a happy birthday pencil down in my room if you want.
No thanks.
All right, I'll let you guys study your test tomorrow, right?
Big day tomorrow, yeah. Big factory test.
It's easy. We got this.
So that should be my final answer for that one. That was deceivingly difficult because not only did you have to put it into standard form, but you also have to pull out a negative, and then it's also a difference of squares. So a lot of different things happening with that. We gotta get moving. We got 8 minutes left. Gotta get
I have
moving.
a question.
Well, yeah, sir.
Couldn't you just like square the 7x minus 2?
No, because that's a minus and a plus.
Oh.
Not a minus and a minus. Let me write the answer up there. Negative x squared, x to the 4th, and then a 7x minus 2, 7x plus 2. All right, we got to get moving, got to get moving, got to get moving. 18. Kyler, 2y, 3x plus 1, 2x, oh, you're close, 2x plus 3, not 4x plus 3. This should have been a 2y, 3x plus 1, 2x plus 3. Okay, check that. Your 4 should have been a 2. Who had 19? Yes, correct. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let's go through all of the answers, and then if we have time, I'll get back into it. Number 19. Good. That's correct right there. Show that to everybody. We got a 4y, switching colors. 4y, x minus 3, x plus 3. Good. 20. Who had 20? 5, x minus 3, x minus 4. That's correct. Keep holding that up. 5 pulled out, x minus 3, x minus 4. That is correct. Thank you. Who had 21? Question, Rosalie? If we have time, yep. Who had 21? I've got a 4x squared, 2x minus 3, 2x plus 3. That is correct. 4x squared, 2x minus 3, 2x plus 3. Who had 22? 3. Good. Yeah, the only thing we can do here is pull out the 3, because that we're left with a 3x squared minus 16, and 3 is not a perfect square, so we're done. I think, didn't Hayden Rutter have 23? What is it? Prime. Optimus Prime. And then who had 24? What'd you have for that one? Negative 3. It should have just been negative 3, not negative 3x. 2x plus 3, x minus. Let's go through this one. Ben, you should have pulled out a negative at the very beginning. And it should have been a negative 3. You didn't do a GCF. That's the issue here. The GCF is a negative 3. So we pull out the negative 3. We should have gotten a positive 2x squared minus x minus 6. Now, factors of negative 12 that add to get to negative 1 are -4, +3. So we have arrow this down, 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 6. And then we factor by grouping. That's a 2x coming out, leaving an x minus 2. That's a 3 coming out, leaving an x minus 2. Yikes. So x minus 2, 2x plus 3. Sorry, the smartboard is lagging behind me there. Okay, at least we have all the problems written out there. I'm going to go back and hit some of the ones that we needed real quick. It was 18 and 19. I'm going to show them on the whiteboard so that we can see the answers still up here. 18 here. We needed 18, correct? 5, please. 18 and 19. Okay, so for 18, we got 12x squared y plus 22xy plus 6y. See, this is the warm-up problem that I gave you. It's very similar to it. The GCF, it looks like it's a 2y. Because when I pull that out, I'm going to get 6x squared plus 11x plus 3. You follow me so far? 6 times 3 is 18. Factors of 18 that add to get to 11 are 2 times 9. So once I know that it's factorable, we arrow down the 2y. So that gives me a 6x squared plus 2x plus 9x plus 3. We factor by grouping. We pull out a 2x, leaving a 3x plus 1. We pull out a 3, leaving a 3x plus 1. So that gives me a 2y, 3x plus 1, 2x plus 3. My marker's down around there. We good there? And then 19 over here, we got 4x squared y minus 36y. We pull out a 4y. Now that leaves me with an x squared minus 9. So that's a minus 3 plus 3. Both perfect squares, and it's a minus. Okay, we got 4 minutes left. Any other questions? Rosalie. Number 20. Let me jump back up to that one. We got 5x squared minus 35x plus 60. GCF is 5. So that becomes an x squared minus 7x plus 12. People, sit down. Sit down. Sit. 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 Down. Down. Thank you, Will. We find factors of 12 that add to get to -7, which are -3 and -4. Does that make sense? Because I'm looking to get a negative number. Right? I have to, if I have a positive product and a negative sum, they both have to be negative. Because the product to be positive has to be a negative times a negative. That's why it turns out to be 5, x minus 3x minus 4. Does that make sense? Okay, any other questions on the practice test? No? I cannot stress it enough. This is a huge test. Please, please, please study. I know I've said that many, many times before. This is very important for your third 9-week grade. Please, please, please study. All right, let me stop the video here.